Friends, welcome back to the Scream Factory. We are now in the third entry in the Scream franchise. Halfway through this movie, we will be halfway through the ones that I'm going to be watching before the sixth releases in theaters. And you all should be seeing the reaction for that, the fifth Scream movie, that is, the day before opening night. So, got the perfect timing for it. Glad that I started it when I did. But I am curious going into this one what they're going to do for the story because for a sequel, a copycat killer works really well, obviously. I feel like it's a pretty foregone conclusion that that was kind of going to be the direction they went since the first two killers were obviously killed off in the first movie. But with this one, I'm not sure you can just do that again and have it work at least as well as it did in the second for me, but I don't even know if it's the same cast as the first two movies. I don't know if it's like a reboot or what the deal is. Obviously, the disc case is in the background right now, but I purposefully averted my eyes from it just because I don't want to know any of the cast going into it. I just want to be surprised in the moment, but hopefully we get at least one more good phone call scene in this one. Hopefully, you enjoy watching along with me for it. I have it queued up right now to the very beginning. If you've got it queued up as well, I'll do the usual 3, 2, 1 play count. On play, both at play, we'll be all synced up, ready to watch together. So, 3, 2, 1, play. They pretty consistently start off with some good music. So, we already got one familiar face. I love it. He's not going to be the main character, is he? Don't tell me we're going to have a female ghost face in this one. That would be kind of crazy. When is this going to shift tones? Dude is certainly enjoying his newfound fame, though. Got his wish. Also, I love that this has a car phone. That's such a classic item. What a dumb joke. Oh, yes, getting right into it. What? We're seeing his POV? What is happening right now? Man, so is Sydney going to be in this again? I love the connections to the other two. How did he think that was going to work? What in the world? Just made things worse for everybody. So was Ghostface using a voice changer to get the woman voice? Or is it actually a woman? Also, I swear I know that actress. I can't think of her name, but Oh, wait, is it Elizabeth Mitchell? I feel like she shows up every now and again in a horror movie. But if she's dying right here, that would be a pretty quick death. But I mean, that would be 3 movies in a row where I recognize an actress who's about to get killed. It's not much of an angle for a spy camera. Although Tarantino would probably like that. Get all the feet in frame. Apologies to Tarantino. I don't know who else to go to for feet related comments. Obviously, he's not the only person. Okay, yeah, that has to be her. She looks too similar if it's not. Definitely upgraded the methods of messing with people. Now we've got a movie within a movie reference. Oh, that is twisted. He's definitely using a recording or another voice changer. Oh, that was such a clever entrance. I like his mask. It looks a little updated. Come on, you cannot believe him after that. Man, how in the world did he get this audio so accurate? Don't have the AI technology of today. Wow, he actually made it back. That is a very nice suit as well. I feel like it rivals Brad Pitt's in Ocean's 11. Oh, she's definitely dead. He already set up the perfect scene. I mean, come on, guy. It's a clear shower. You would have known if someone was in there. Clear shower door, I should say. Normally, I would say that's not much of a weapon to protect yourself, but Ghostface is a knife exclusive killer. Oh, shoot. And she's not going to believe it if he tries to get in there because Ghostface already used his voice against her. They're definitely leaning more into the suspense early here. What, man? Why is she alive? Did Ghostface just leave to make her think it was him all along? Oh my, what a shot. Man, that is cruel doing it in front of him. Okay, Cotton. Got some skill himself. Yes, I was hoping it'd cut to the title right there. I cannot be I cannot believe we lost him in the first scene of this. That is pretty shocking. Wow, man. All right. So this is very unexpected from my thoughts when I started the series. I thought each movie was almost going to be completely disconnected from each other, but we are now 3 for 3, or at the very least just have a tiny thread of a connection, maybe just a mention to a character or something. I'm a fan though. I really like Nev Campbell as Sydney. Why does another killer want to find her though? What has she done so wrong? The new Ghostface obviously has some sort of personal connection though, because he was talking about her mom. Man, I love all these dated items in this movie so far. The colored Macs. Use those all the time in school. Yo, that's dope. What a good spot for her to be in. Perfect person to help out people in trauma, in traumatic situations. What? Man, she has really moved up in the world. Also, just looking great as ever. I'm so happy she's still in this. Also, Abed from Community would be all over this series given Courtney Cox's involvement. Is this that dude from Grey's Anatomy? Already got a banger line from her. Oh, dang, man. So maybe it is someone from her past come back to haunt her, which it usually is. I love all the connections, giving me all the throwbacks I could want. Listen to this song all day. Wow, we missed Stab 2, I guess, in the meantime. Tying the trilogies together. Yeah, they got to be pretty careful because of previous occurrences. Thank goodness we haven't stopped making horror movies because that is dumb logic. Don't tell me that's a subtle nod to him being killed off in the actual series. Maybe he died in the ambulance, who knows? The script is writing itself. Shout out Harry Potter. I don't know if I've ever actually seen a real movie do that. That would be kind of cool, though. Like, give an open casting type thing like that. Probably has happened. I just don't know of it. Cool line. They did do a pretty accurate rendition. The disguise wasn't enough. She definitely has the sass dialed up to an 11 like the first movie. Can't believe I mentioned Brad Pitt earlier. Yes, he is still in here. Let's go. He's actually looking pretty good for the beatings he's taken. It's freaking blue steel look. Wait, is that Elizabeth Banks? Maybe it's not. When it got up close to her, I thought it was someone I recognized. Oh, geez, Gale has a whole lot of haters. How in the world did her and Dewey have a falling out, though? I thought they were going to be inseparable. Oh, that explains it if she's roasting him again. Right in her bag. Oh, he knows her tricks. He was going hard with that ADR. Can't wait to see what happens to Dewey in this one, and somehow he'll survive it, no doubt. Also, when they were saying killed Randy off in the second, for whatever reason, I was thinking of Dewey. Wait, what? What in the world? I cannot believe they referenced them. Thank goodness I've seen Clerks, otherwise, I'd have no idea who they were. That's fantastic. Is this the same dad from the first movie? I'm surprised he's back. We didn't see him last time. I mean, it's clearly protecting her at the moment, so it might not be the worst thing. Has to suck for the dad to see her like that, though, because certainly no way to live. And if she can't feel safe around family, there's nowhere you can feel safe. It's half expecting, what the? I was literally about to say I was half expecting her mom to come out of the picture alive, and then I think she just showed up on screen. No chance. Has to be a dream. If Maureen was somehow alive the whole time, that would be too insane. Okay, definitely a dream. Unless? What the heck? This is so weird. What is happening to her? Like she could have given a bit more of a convincing performance right there, but that first shot of her at the window was definitely chilling. Okay, I was about to say, no way that's going to continue, and it was real. That was quite a lucid dream. Ghostface has never been my paralysis demon, luckily. Anyone listening had sleep paralysis? Literally the worst experiences of my life. Okay, well, she's definitely getting off next with the music. Whoa, what a mask. This isn't Succession, honey. Gotta go to a different show for that. Also, I was just doing honey as a bit. I don't actually call people that. I feel like with movies that have had a bad history in this universe, there should be a no prank rule like that. Also, gotta make sure I keep my eye on the camera in case it decides to stop recording again randomly. Still not sure why that happened. Wait a second, dude. Did we just get foreshadowing of how she's going to die? They focused on that statue, the way it broke so specifically. Please tell me that is a meta reference to this. Oh my gosh, this is going to be a roller coaster if it actually goes down how it's in the script. You should reference Jada's words in the second one. This is absolutely Ghostface with a voice changer. How's he getting everybody's voices so perfect? Oh, here we go. I wish we didn't get that music cue just yet so she could say that and reveal it. Here we go. Knew it. He's gotten too predictable at this point. Also, his voice didn't sound quite as intimidating right there. How do you navigate this place thinking Ghostface is out there? Because there's got to be so many props and stuff that resemble him. Speak of the devil 2 seconds after I say that. Don't tell me he's going to be in there. Of course, it was somebody that could have helped him, helped her. Ooh, I like that little music they did right there. Oh, this guy is too clever. Pick the perfect hiding spot. Oh gosh, there's no stopping him. That was a good shot with the prop. Oh gosh, what a punch. Oh, that's how she dies. I was actually didn't want her to die, but I was actually really hoping that her head would get cut off and that it was foreshadowing. That felt so fast comparative to all the other murders. So now we're getting filled in. That's too bad. Felt like they turned a corner together. Man, Dewey is definitely shooting above his average with Courtney Cox, even though they're not together anymore. I don't trust her for a second. Smart man. You know, as soon as they leave, she's still gonna write it down. Hey, cool establishing shot. And I know before I was saying how I don't know how successful you can do copycat killers over and over, but as long as the kill sequences are really well done, I could pretty much watch it all day. They're fun enough on their own. Little isolated short films. This guy, are you kidding me? I crack up the instant I see him in anything. Freaking Putty from Seinfeld. Or Cusco if you're partial to Emperor's New Groove. Definitely don't want to see her killed though, if that is accurate. So goofy. That's got to be intentionally over the top. Okay, Dewey, he practiced that in front of the mirror, no doubt. His name is Stone. This guy is one of my favorites. He is so great. I hope he's in the rest of this movie, if not more, in the series. That was a cool frame right there with the blood coming down the door. I like that. Wait a second. He was in the first movie, right? Or maybe it was the last one. He's definitely been in it, though. Bro, I am so glad one of you mentioned what happened with the script of the second movie, how it got leaked, because I would not understand that. That's amazing that they point that out, though. Also, when they said that in the other scene about her dying third, I was thinking we were talking about Gail, not the actress playing her. People aren't familiar with all the inner workings of AI. It'd be too convincing back then. Nice one. They're going full throttle with the corniness. So far, it's working for me, though. Wait, no way he already found her. How would he have gotten her information? Yo, that is such a good shot. He is in the house. At least I assume. Definitely don't like this Ghostface's voice as much as the others. Doesn't sound nearly as scary. Would have been cool if when she turned off the TV, he was in the reflection behind her. But I'm pretty sure that's already been done in the series. Just the way he stands is funny to me. And making a mess. Just found out the answer. Whoa, those pants. She's not gonna like seeing that. Maybe getting jealous is what brings them back together. I still can't believe that Dewey is up and walking. He doesn't even have a limp anymore, and he was injured more than the first movie. It's also the worst Photoshop job I've ever seen. It's always silly to me when movies do that. Almost got me. Dewdrop. What the heck? Maybe there's more to Maureen than we thought. What? That's actually great. I can't wait to find out what happened. Is this like a disgruntled ex? That's the same building as the other picture. Man, I cannot get over how egregious that Photoshop job is on the left. They did not even try to make that look realistic. Man, this is such a clever thing they've done with the voice changing because I don't trust any phone call at this point. No, they can't get rid of him that quick. Dang, had to use a secondary weapon for that one. The logistics of that one are tricky. I don't know how he wouldn't have heard him on the phone just a few steps away. Do we hand the gun to somebody else? Oh, dang it. At least he gets a final hurrah here. One last word before he dies. That is the first thing they all did. At least this is a big group. Ghostface can't exactly take them all on at once. Why go look at it right now? Ghostface is having way too much fun, and they are doing the wrong thing playing along. Oh my gosh, this guy is the biggest idiot in cinema. Oh my gosh. That one I think is a little too perfect to work out like that. Also, that kill doesn't feel very ghost face. That was so big and loud compared to everything he's done before. Don't don't mind seeing that guy go though. Didn't really care for him anyway. Now this stuff I really like where they play with the voices. Don't know who to trust. What, man? She almost died. Thank goodness he shot him. She's one character I don't want to see go. Unless Ghostface was wearing a bulletproof vest, there's no way he's alive. I'm pretty sure he did with the amount of times he fell back against the car. Oh, come on, Jennifer. We were having a nice moment. What? Man, this movie's so silly. She is so over the top. This movie is definitely acting more like a comedy than the others, like a full on comedy. The first Scream parodied horror movies in general. This Scream is just parodying the other Scream movies. There's something written on the back. Well, that is a twist. No way he's the actual killer. Also, I totally forgot that we cut away from Sydney in like a heightened moment. There'd be no reason for Billy and Stu to lie about killing her mom. So it would have to be somebody they didn't mention. Okay, he's the killer then. He is way too invested in finding her. Oh, Dewey does still have the limp, but maybe that's from last night. But yeah, Grey's Anatomy is my prime suspect now. Also, never seen that show, but with it airing for 2 decades, I've seen him in enough ads. That's a fair point. I didn't think about that. The killer already knows where she is, so it wouldn't be Kincaid. The ultimate reunion. Who would have thought they'd be hugging when they see each other 2 movies later? They are not doing Maureen's forehead any favors with those pictures. Are we going to actually go to the real place, or is it going to be some sort of green screen since they clearly couldn't take a picture in front of it for the other photo? Ghostface is never going to try and kill her without the costume, so no need. Wait, am I supposed to know her? What? Oh my gosh, I'm so glad they found a way to work him into this. Righting the wrongs of killing him off, I guess, as they mentioned earlier. Oh, are we finally going to learn what he was about to say in that one conversation? What? We're getting so meta at the moment. I'm very interested right now. Don't like to hear that, but maybe that's what the foreshadowing was for. There's no way he's predicting it to the T. But maybe that's how these movies work. And the fourth one's going to have all new characters. So would that mean that Scream 5 and 6 are the sequel and the third in the trilogy? The second one? Anything can happen at this point. Where's her cameraman this movie, though? Miss that dynamic. Quite a gnarly cut she's got on her cheek, too. That's like the seventh time they've tried to do that. I finally just realized who that is. It's Parker Posey, isn't it? Gale versus Gale. She is trying to overact so bad on the left. I think it's intentional, though. What? What, man? We are getting so many random cast members. I cannot believe she is in this. I was literally on the verge of saying it because I didn't fully recognize her at first. Rest in peace, though. Looks like she is the better Gale Weathers. Call her Gale Storm. Of course, the stage name. Sister of Ryan. Oh, there's the picture. Sounds like Dwayne The Rock Johnson movies. Feel like I might have missed something there. Have we heard the name John Milton? Are we gonna get another bathroom scene? Oh, except it's in reverse this time. What the heck? That can't be a coincidence. What, man? That looks pretty dang suspicious. She's pretty dang excited to see her. Very ghost face of her. And I mean, if she does want a big role, more movies, and everything like that, could be motivation for giving him more material. There's no way she's the killer, right? She took out Putty earlier, and he's massive. Or I guess I should call him Stone. Dang, look at that lighting, bro. That's amazing. Would be pretty dope to be on that set. Love the lighting from that angle as well. Gotta feel so weird for her. Dang, bro. Some very familiar images right there. Things are a little rearranged, I think. But maybe I'm just not used to seeing it from that angle. Hot set. I like the sound design, what they're doing. What a throwback. Hook, line, and sinker. I think she's in a trap right now. At least we know you can block that door. Oh, that is so smart. I love that she did that. Just like the first movie. Maybe he comes from the window this time. Oh, what the heck, man. Poor Sydney. She cannot escape it. Maybe I should say poor Ghostface because she has beat him twice. Very suspicious. What? Okay, there's definitely multiple killers here. There's no way he's that agile. Whoa, that was a cool shot, man. Love the above angle. Dang, they got Ghostface doing stunts now. Love to see it. It also is very suspicious that we haven't seen fake Sydney again. No, do not believe it. That is absolutely one of his voice tricks. Man, that has gotta ruin you seeing this set. Awful memories. What? That shot was so cool. Ghostface fully embraced the ghost part of his name. Okay, so he does still have the limp. They just, for whatever reason, didn't give it to him the first half. Knowing their references to other horror movies, that has to be a Halloween reference when Michael Myers has the sheet. Don't trust her one bit. Shut up, bozo. Well, I just look like an idiot saying that because I messed up saying bozo. Bro, how many times does this have to happen before they listen to Sydney? People put on sunglasses in these movies and they instantly lose all brain power. She's just mimicking her. This dynamic's great. Oh, thank goodness they did that edit because I really had forgotten who it was. Always ties back to the films. Gail is built for this. Going Scooby Doo mode. I love her one liners, man. She clearly has so much fun with these movies. Bro, this is so awkward with this movie being produced by Miramax and Harvey Weinstein. At least the last one was. That's the worst kind of meta joke you can make, considering he was likely still involved. I guess credit to Maureen for getting out. Something to look forward to. Maybe it is him after all. He's back on my list. He's saying that as if we should sympathize with him, but in a way, I feel like it just makes him more likely a killer himself. Is she referring to her secret life as an actor? I mean, that's not the biggest deal. I was about to say all bets are off in the trilogy or in the third movie. I'll finish in a sec. I guess it's kind of a funny thing to say, but also creepy at the same time. I was gonna say in the third movie, all bets are off. They could kill Ghostface, but then I realized that's literally what they've done in the other two movies. I don't think it's the real Sydney. Yep, definitely a lie. She would not speak like this. And they were separated. Is it going to be a party of a bunch of ghost faces? That's what I'm going to need for the pacing to pick back up. Gonna have their own murder mystery here. What if all of them are in on it? She's definitely giving creepy vibes. Do not trust her, man. I like that the Scream movies are now using themselves as references of what not to do. It's like 3 layers of meta commentary. Yeah, some could definitely go wrong and will likely go wrong. What was that dialogue, man? It was very clearly not recorded in the same room. What the heck? Okay, they had a history. I was gonna say, I was ruthless out of nowhere. This would be the ideal spot for this ghost face to hide. We've already seen he likes props and costumes. Oh, of course it's in the same house. What the heck? Man, so it is one of them. Or all of them, like I said before. I still don't know how that technology works, but does make for some cool stuff. Really splitting up now that you are certain Ghostface is here. Okay, so it likely is her. I'm a fan of that line, the way he delivered it. It is very interesting how they've shifted the roles and stuff in this because Dewey and Gale are really the main characters of this one, and Sydney's almost the side character. Oh, they kill him and dump the body in there? Man, what? Their reactions. I don't trust her, though. She could easily be faking. She's already faking Gale's whole personality. I don't know if they are intentionally doing it or if it's just an unfortunate decision. What an explosion right there. Either they are parroting that the longer a horror franchise goes on, the more needless and fake jump scares there are. Oh, okay. I was not ready for that. I really thought she was one of the killers. Who is the real ghost face then? Or Scream 3 just happened to fall into the same tropes as all the others. Oh, he's punching people. What is happening? I mean, compared to what Dewey's gotten in the past, that is nothing. This ghost face is mad bold to do this in front of everybody. Whoa, did she stumble on the big secret? Definitely more to this house than meets the eye. Oh, that was actually painful to watch. Like he had to break his neck there. No matter how many movies there are, I would never get tired of seeing Ghostface's mask. What? That is trippy. We got another glass divider sequence, though, with him in this one. At least he's safe this time. What is that line delivery? Well, don't use all your ammo, my dude. Save at least one bullet for Ghostface himself. That was a good scream from her, though. No, do not kill Gale. That will be unforgivable. Man, she has learned how to fight over the past two movies, that's for sure. I thought that was a real person. What? Is he toying with her or did he actually just wake up like that for a second? This is the first time I've trusted a phone call in a while. Oh, and of course now he doesn't trust it. That is so unfortunate. You fool. No way he intended for the handle side to hit him in the head. Even if he got stabbed like that, though, he would come back alive easy. It's Dewey. There was something I was going to say, though, before that happened, but I forget what it was now. If I remember, I'll say it. Oh, I was just going to say, you idiot, that you should have saved a bullet, is what I was saying before. And of course, it came back to bite him. Oh, what was that last picture? They definitely stopped there on purpose. Oh, that is so creepy, just playing her own voice. Man, and there are so many people on their phones. What a great shot. It has to be Grey's Anatomy. He's the only one suspiciously not there. Man, this ghost face really needs to put some more effort into his voice. There's no way it's the same person who did it in the first two. Back in the mix once again. If it is this Kincaid guy, I feel like it wouldn't make too much sense. I feel like it needs to be someone we've at least heard of before. Okay, very small, but should do the trick. Although the ghost face in this movie's already taken several bullets. Although, if it was Kincaid, it would make sense why he survived that because he would have had easy access to a bulletproof vest. I think maybe one of the issues with this voice in particular, at least for me, maybe nobody else really cares, is that it sounds just too regular. There is a decent amount or a little bit of distortion to the first two ghost faces, I feel like, that had more of like a grating nature to it, which works as a villain. Gotta give him props though. Smart enough to make her do that. Poor Dewey, dude. Poor all three of them. Just been a living hell the past three movies. Oh, I thought he was coming in for the stab. Is he going to tie her up too? That feels like such a on the nose trilogy line. Now it's your turn to scream. It's like a meme. Did she bring two guns then? Just so she could throw one away? How would you anticipate that? Oh, very convenient. He's gonna freaking think it's her, isn't he? Don't do it. At least untie those two first. Okay, well, it's not him. Who in the world could it be then at this point? But I guess, like Sith, Ghostface always comes in twos, looking extra spooky with the hood. Some of my favorite shots in the movies are when we see Ghostface running towards the camera from a distance. Looks so menacing. Gotta find the book that activates the trapdoor or whatever it is. There we go. Why in the world does this house have so many secret passageways? There has to be so many ghost faces. The other one was still at the door. You and Raymond. Oh, that is so messed up. Nothing creepier than just a plain white sheet over somebody. And that's not sarcasm. I genuinely find that imagery terrifying. So it was a bulletproof vest. I was correct. What? Dude, this is a ludicrous twist. Are you kidding me? What? This guy? That's kind of silly. This is the only twist so far that I'm not like hyped about or that really shocked me. I think it's mainly just the brother part. Some Star Wars sequel trilogy writing. Can't even keep track of all the layers to the meta commentary they've got going on. I feel like when you have that on the nose type of stuff, it almost starts to lose itself a little bit. Yikes. That is interesting, though. Trying to make her kill him, turn her into the next ghost face. Oh, never mind. He isn't doing it as cool as I thought he was. Just gonna frame her. I mean, why is Sydney angry? That guy was a creep. Did us a favor. Whining is exactly what I'd call it. This dude is still too clean cut to be convincing as a villain. I mean, I don't know who's in the other movies, so technically Sydney could still die here, which would be a shock. Oh gosh, what does he have planned for her? Why did he miss? Unless she moved her head and it just didn't look like it. That would freaking hurt. And wait a second, are they pulling all the books off that Sydney already pulled off? I just noticed that. Oh, unless they're at the wrong bookshelf. No, I think they were at the right one. The way Sydney just fell like that. I feel awful for her, but that was oddly funny. This guy's still alive? I mean, if he's been a doctor for 14 or whatever seasons, I guess he could patch himself up. Who could have guessed that? Oh no, man. Don't tell me he's going to actually kill her. Some of the lines. Oh, what? Wait, this actually took a pretty shocking twist. They said specifically that Sydney could die, and I didn't believe they'd go through with it. Oh, I was literally about to say she could have grabbed a bulletproof vest from the station before she came here. Are they using his voice changer against him? That would be so clever. Oh, no, I think that's real, actually. There's a lot of thoughts I have, but I'm going to save them for the credits because a lot's happening. Oh, got him, but that was an elaborate way to carry that out. This is like Mission Impossible with revealing the masks at this point. Or I should specifically say Mission Impossible 2 because that's the movie where it just gets out of control. Somehow. I still don't know if I believe it. Don't try and make me emotional for this clown. Or make Sydney emotional about it for that matter. Shoot him in the head, Dewey. Definitely the most extra reanimation we've had up to this point. Even if you're wearing a vest, though, you would fall back at that point. It's not like you don't feel it. It definitely still hurts. Man, at this point, as much as I love Sydney and some of the other familiar characters, I hope they aren't in the next one because they need a freaking break at this point. I'm glad that these two are back together. Definitely like their dynamic here better than what they had for most of this movie. What? Have they even been back together that long? What a hopeless romantic. Definitely the way to propose to Gale Weathers, though. Give it to her in her own book. Somehow it happened. This music is so intense. Hey, at least we get a shot of a good boy. Why is this music like so large in scale? It feels like belongs at the end of a Star Wars movie or something, not a Scream movie. Stab 4. That would be actually genius if that's how they introduced they were going to make another one. But I guess they would have had to have skipped Stab 3. Okay, I'm actually going to give him some props for that. Oh, it was Wes Craven again. You know, I didn't think he did this one because definitely was not on the same level as the first two movies. However, he was the producer of this. I wonder how terrible he felt inside. Well, obviously he didn't because he's an awful person, but considering some of the subject matter of this, um but I am a fan of them doing that at the end, leaving the door open metaphorically for more movies, and them not revealing what the movie they were going to watch is, so audiences would have to wait as well. Got to take half the headphone off so I can actually speak, because it's hard to speak with loud music. Patrick Dempsey. Okay, that's his name. Let's see if I got some of the other ones right. Oh, Jenny McCarthy. How did I not realize that? I knew Emily Mortimer, and it was Parker Posey. Not familiar with him. Oh, Kelly Rutherford. Surely I know her. What a legend. Surely I know her from something. Maybe she just looks like Elizabeth Mitchell. I don't know. Okay, but my thoughts on Scream 3. First off, let me start with the good stuff. I thought the first third of the movie or whatever, I was actually having a lot of fun with it, and I thought they were doing a lot of clever things, and it seemed like it was going to go in an interesting direction, and they'd up the meta commentary in a way that worked in the beginning and didn't feel like too overblown or too overwhelming. The jokes were good and everything like that. And then the farther we got into it, the more I feel like it started to lose itself and started to really overdo certain elements and try and outsmart the audience with some of the meta commentary levels they were having, I guess. I don't know how to say it, but I feel like they were started to try way too hard at being clever, poking fun at itself or referencing itself, that I thought started to become stale and not as charming as it had been. And some of the acting, I thought, as the movie went on, not from Nev Campbell or Courtney Cox, those two kind of really the only ones. I thought some of the acting started to feel off, and they were not balancing the parody line quite as well as they had been in the past. Even Dewey, I feel like a lot of the times felt like he wasn't really putting all his effort into this. But also, partially that could be because Dewey and Gale Weathers, for the most part, work best as side characters, supplementary characters to come in, provide some levity and some different aspects to the Sydney storyline or the more serious aspects. Whereas in this, they were weirdly in it more than her, and I don't think it worked as well because they aren't as fun as they are as characters. They aren't as interesting or well rounded as Sydney, and you don't have much to build off of with backstory or anything like that. But yeah, most of my positives are in the first third or so of the movie. And then there are some positives later on, but I want to talk about some of the other thoughts I had. First off, with the killer and the reveal and everything, not a fan. Partially because of what I was saying. I don't think that actor works as a villain at all. Even when he was trying to be angry at the end, it almost made me think he's less intimidating. He just wasn't convincing at all. And the way the others worked, that this just missed the mark completely on, was I think it ties into the script leaking and all that stuff, is he was barely in the movie, like not at all. Even in the second movie, Timothy Oliphant, not Josh Duhamel, was in the movie more than him, I think. And then Mrs. Loomis, she was in the movie more. We just didn't know who she actually was. But he was such an insignificant part of this, and his role doesn't have like any impact in the way those other roles did. No real connection to what's going on. And the reveal isn't satisfying in like, oh, that's why he was the killer. The brother storyline is so odd, makes almost no sense, and just has no significance for me. I just felt like Wes Craven wrote that because he wanted something to be so unguessable this time around. And it was unguessable. Never in a million years would I have thought that was what was going to happen, but that doesn't mean that it works. And then I thought some of the dialogue was way too meme worthy and on the nose about stuff. And some of the sound effects and especially music cues were way overused in this movie, and they ruined the tension or surprise because it would oftentimes come in before something would happen. And so there was just a lot of stuff that didn't work out quite to my liking. Okay, just continuing on with some more thoughts. Let me first say that I didn't think it was a terrible movie or anything overall. By no means the worst scary movie I've seen, if you want to call it a scary movie, or even near the worst. I'd say it's just very middle of the road, maybe just slightly lower than average quality is where I'd kind of put it right now. Just because there were things that I liked about it, especially in the first third, and so it wasn't like a slog to get through it. Even later on, it wasn't like I was dreading getting to the next scene or anything like that. I just wasn't enjoying it as much as I wanted to. But it is very difficult to continue on a horror franchise, as I was talking about in the beginning. I was curious how they were going to make it work because you can only do what they've been doing for so long without it becoming stale. But the fact that there's 2 more released Scream movies and another one coming to theaters, I feel like something has to improve in the 4th one. I'm honestly surprised we did get a 4th one because this one almost feels like it could have ended the franchise depending on what the reception was. I imagine people probably didn't like it as much as the first 2 at least, but who knows? I'm watching all of these, or at least the last 2 for the first time, pretty close to each other, so maybe my reaction is a little bit more severe to some other people. Oh, also, I almost forgot, but so much of the movie I was talking about how there had to have been multiple killers with the way things were working out, and there ended up just being one killer, which obviously first movie that happened, first 2 Screams had multiple killers or multiple people involved in the acts. And so the fact that there was only one killer all along makes so many other things just flat out not make sense, because he was orchestrating stuff, moving around way too fast for just one person. I know they specifically said he's not superhuman at the end, but the way his plan was being executed sure seemed like he was superhuman or had some sort of super abilities. And so overall, just feels like Wes Craven didn't give this one as much thought, but he was just the director. I think someone else wrote it. And so overall, just suffered from kind of a lackluster script, I think. But nonetheless, still excited to get into the next Scream movie because, as I said during this one, I could never get tired of seeing the glorious costume of Ghostface. Hopefully you still had a fun time watching along with me for this one nonetheless. Had a few laughs along the way, and I look forward to seeing you for the 4th one next time, and until then, peace.